I'm back. All right. I was going to say lesson 360. Oh my God. That seems so far away to think about when we will reach that day. But we are well on our way with lesson 60, our last review until we get back down to business again. These are good. Should we just jump into cookies? Heck yeah. Bam, jump into some cookies. So these cookies are representing the lessons that we are reviewing, that God is the love in which I forgive, right? We're just putting it in cookie lingo. I'm not even going to try today. God is the strength in which I trust. Maybe he's in the cookies I trust too. There is nothing to fear. There is no cookie, my dear, that you need to fear. God's voice speaks to me all through the day through cookies. I am sustained by cookies and the love of God. All right, anyways, I'll get better with cookies. Sure. So these are really big lessons, you guys, because whenever you struggled with forgiveness, such as me, I've struggled learning to forgive and forgiving, and now like having a new set of stuff that I'm supposed to forgive. It's like you think, well, I don't know if I can do this. And these lessons are basically like, yeah, you don't have to. It's not you. It's through the love. God is the love in which you forgive. That's why you don't know how to do it. You have to do it through God's love. Yeah, you can't handle all this, but God's strength in you can. And so it's like, oh my gosh, like this is giving me kind of like a backbone I didn't realize that I had access to, but I do. When I choose to remember this love, when I choose to remember the strength of God, when I choose to remember there is nothing to fear because I'm safe in God, I'm safe in heaven. So anyways, these are really good things to remember. And of course, Jesus, he had things for us to remember as well. So now we're going over to Jesus. Yeah, so Jesus, he was like, listen, I know you be tripping, because Jesus talks like that. I know you be tripping on important issues. And yeah, that's what this incarnation is all about. Dealing with important issues in this lifetime. So he did say for a second, yeah, you may have brought them in from other lifetimes, but then he was like, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. It's like, whatever. You've got things that are showing up. They want to get your attention because it's something that you need to deal with in this lifetime. So don't turn a blind eye to the things that you're tripping on. You want to notice them. You want to forgive yourself. You want to ask yourself why this is tripping you up, what's going on. What you really want to be doing is recognizing the unloving aspects in you, see them, see it for what it is, and know that these unloving aspects of you is not the real you. So look on all this stuff that you're tripping on with forgiving eyes. Jesus said, stop beating up yourself for the errors, okay? Thank the errors. They are showing you something important. Ask for help. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you see this differently. Ask for a change in your perception. Bring the error to the Holy Spirit. Bring the error to the light. So anyways, don't hide them. Don't hide it because that feeds it and strengthens it. It's like, no, what you need to do is bring it to the Holy Spirit. Use your free will to deactivate it and choose differently. So if you have errors and you're aware of them, forgive yourself. Go easy on yourself. Know that's not the real you. Know that it's trying to show you something important, and you want to ask the Holy Spirit for help and bring the error to the light. And that will deactivate it, and then you can choose something different. Yeah, so choosing differently. Where you at? Where you at? There you are. There you are. Yeah, we need to choose different. We need to be like, all right, I cannot feed into this bullshit anymore. Okay, I cannot feed it. What's bullshit? Anger, resentment, separation, hatred, anything unloving. And anything unloving is not the real you. Who the real you is a loving aspect of God, the loving being. That's who the real you is, the real you. So anyways, forgive yourself, but then ask yourself why. Try to figure it out. Try to recognize it. Bring it to the light. I know a lot of times like we want to stuff away and pretend like we don't have that aspect, but hiding it keeps it alive within us. Hiding it gives it power. Hiding it is protecting it. Hiding it is keeping that darkness tied to you. And no. That's why you want to tell the Holy Spirit everything. Tell him everything. All your bad thoughts, all your angry thoughts. Say, take these to the light, please. Help me see this differently. Help me understand why I'm tripping on this. All right, that's the plan. Let's Pathway of Light it. Woo.
Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 60 Insights. Review of Lessons 46 through 50. This lesson has several very reassuring messages. One that I have come back to many times and used to help me through times of distress is that it is the strength of God in me through which I forgive. I don't have to try to do it alone. In fact, thinking I am alone is part of what needs to be forgiven. And if I think I am alone, forgiveness is impossible. But through the strength of God in me, all forgiveness of all is not only possible, but inevitable. It is helpful here to remember that the Course defines forgive differently than most of us have learned in this world. In the Course, forgiveness means letting go of illusions or letting go of the past. With the strength of God in me, I can learn to see that whatever I thought happened had absolutely no effect. Through his resurrection, Jesus demonstrated this in the most extreme example. Gratefully, we do not need to go to this seeming extreme. Yet anytime we perceive ourselves as harmed, it is a form of crucifixion. But as I remember that the strength of God is in me, then harm is impossible, and so in truth, there is nothing to forgive. So in those times when I feel hurt, my job is to take that perception to the voice for God and ask for his help to see that in truth, no harm has occurred. This is not possible within the ego thought system, but it is possible with Christ vision. Another comforting statement in this lesson is that God speaks to me all through the day. When I allow myself to listen, God's voice teaches me that there is only innocence to see and thus nothing to fear. What a marvelous gift God has given us. The gift of joy and of perfect peace. It is ours to claim in this every moment. We need only accept his vision. Today, I call upon God's strength to forgive myself and forgive the world. In this alone will I find peace. This review lesson reminds me of my true strength. There are times when I still think that I can solve problems on my own. Sometimes I think I know the answer. This lesson is reminding me to let God solve every concern, every problem. This lesson is reminding me to return to my source and let go, making illusions real. Many times this seems very challenging, But it is only through the strength of God in me that I can see that these illusions are not real. The only life I have that is real is the life I live in God. If I am experiencing problems, it is only telling me that I am trying to go off into the wilderness again. When I am in my right mind, I know that there are no problems. Only love is real. If it is not love, it is a lesson in love. The way to walk through each lesson is to remember that I walk with God. The voice for God, the Holy Spirit, is there to walk with me through every fearful, false idea. As I practice daily stepping back, it gets easier and easier to let the Holy Spirit guide me. The Holy Spirit brings me Christ vision. The Holy Spirit brings me infinite patience. The Holy Spirit reminds me that everyone is in heaven now, including me. The Holy Spirit helps me discern between the real and the unreal. The Holy Spirit returns me to love, my source, and reminds me that this is what I am. With the Holy Spirit, I can give up making illusions real. I am willing to practice again today. God's voice speaks to me all through the day. It's always there, a light and warm feeling of joy and happiness. How my day goes depends on how often I follow the path He opens for me, where truly everyone is a friend. Around each turn, there is a new friend, a new communion of joy and laughter, a new miracle of relating, so much more joyous than ever before. There is a wonderful freedom of knowing that joy is possible, that it is my birthright, that is who I am. I know that the joy will continue to expand as I continue to listen to that voice of God that speaks to me all through the day. I feel the forgiveness becoming a part of my experience more and more because I know that the dark path isn't really there. It's gone. It doesn't exist. I know that as I continue this practice of forgiveness, the day will come when I can truly look down both paths and see only light and hear only God's voice. Before I began today's lesson, my mind was focused on two incidents which needed forgiveness. They were there in the back of my mind, bothering me, bringing me down. I realized that one of them centered around my belief that I needed other people to affirm my specialness, and they weren't doing so. The other was all about my need to see someone as less than so that I could see myself as more. Even understanding what was happening, why I was feeling this way, didn't help me to forgive. I said the words, but resisted letting it go. What a wonderful gift today's lessons are to me. I really needed to be reminded that it is God's strength which allows me to forgive. Now, it is like I opened my eyes and the world has changed. It is brighter and more beautiful. I feel relieved of a burden. I feel a sense of gratitude that makes me want to laugh out loud. pathwaysoflight.org.
So I think it's wonderful, like whenever you can have those aha moments, and also those moments where like, whoa, I really was sucking so bad at like some things, and then like, oh, I see where I changed my perspective, and now I'm doing a bit better with that. Now I'm more forgiving, now that I'm feeling more comforted and comfortable and trying again, and accessing the Holy Spirit and asking for help. And it's just a progress, you guys. It's a process, and then you see the progress. And yeah, then we finally do start to deal with the issues that we intended to during this lifetime. So do your work now. Do your forgiveness work now. Connect with the Holy Spirit now. All right, and I think if you've made it 60 days with me, you are doing that, and you're doing a good job. And there ain't no turning back. 2 months. Basically 2 months into this, so good job. I knew we could do it. Well, I hoped we would do it. I guess we're doing it. All right, so we'll be back here tomorrow. I'm excited to get back into real lessons, and as I sneak peeks looking ahead, they are beautiful. They're beautiful. So we got through this review, and these new beautiful lessons were worth the wait. You got to lay down that foundation. Get some stuff cleared out of them closets before you put your new pretty dresses in there. Yeah, good, Sade. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.